Let's begin our journey by meeting the creator behind Sakamoto Days, Yuto Suzuki. Suzuki is a Japanese manga artist with a passion for action movies, which clearly influences his dynamic storytelling and energetic art style. Before Sakamoto Days, Suzuki published notable one-shots like Garaku and Locker Room for Shonen Jump Plus. His love for action and unique sense of humor shine through in his work, making Sakamoto Days a standout series in the weekly Shonen Jump line. As we dive into the world he's created, keep in mind the blend of action, comedy, and heartfelt moments that define his storytelling approach. Sakamoto Days is serialized in weekly Shonen Jump, quickly gaining a reputation for its blend of thrilling action and comedic moments. The story follows Taro Sakamoto, once the most feared hitman who now leads a peaceful life. The manga's unique premise and engaging characters have captivated readers worldwide. With Suzuki's storytelling and a talented team behind the English edition, Sakamoto Days stands out as a fresh take on the action genre. Let's explore how this series balances intense action with slice-of-life humor, making it a must-read for manga fans. Behind every great manga is a dedicated team. For Sakamoto Days, the English edition is brought to life by translator Camelia Nee, letterers Eve Grant and Snur Aharon, designer Cam Lee, and editor John Bay. Their combined efforts ensure that the story's humor, action, and emotion are faithfully conveyed to English-speaking audiences. The manga was first published in Japan in 2020 by SHUSHA, with VIZ Media handling the English release. This collaboration highlights the importance of teamwork in bringing Japanese manga to a global audience. Sakamoto Days is rated T+, recommended for ages 16 and up due to its depictions of violence and gore. This rating ensures that readers are prepared for the intense action sequences that are a hallmark of the series. The manga doesn't shy away from dramatic confrontations, but it balances these moments with humor and heart. As we move forward, keep in mind the mature themes that add depth to the story, making it appealing to older teens and adults who appreciate a mix of action and emotional storytelling. Volume 1 of Sakamoto Days is packed with action and intrigue. The table of contents reveals a series of chapters, each with its own unique focus. From the legendary hitman to Welcome to Sugar Park, each chapter builds on the last, introducing new characters and escalating the stakes. The structure of the volume ensures a fast-paced reading experience, with each story arc contributing to the overall narrative. Let's take a closer look at the key chapters and what they bring to the story. Story opens with the legend of Taro Sakamoto, once considered the greatest hitman of all time. Feared and respected by all in the underworld, Sakamoto's reputation was unmatched. The manga immediately sets a tone of awe and danger, drawing readers into the world of professional assassins. But what makes Sakamoto truly interesting is not just his skills, but the life choices he makes after his legendary career. This opening chapter lays the foundation for the series' blend of action and unexpected heart. Sakamoto's presence alone sends shockwave through the criminal world. Other hitmen fear him, and his name is enough to cause panic. The manga uses dramatic scenes to illustrate just how revered and dangerous Sakamoto once was. This reputation is not just for show, it's built on years of unmatched skill and countless successful missions. The contrast between his past and present life becomes a central theme, as we see how someone so powerful can choose a different path. Sakamoto's story takes a surprising turn. One day he falls in love and everything changes. The manga shifts from action-packed scenes to moments of genuine emotion, showing how love can transform even the most hardened individuals. Sakamoto retires from his dangerous profession, gets married, and starts a family. These life changes are depicted with warmth and humor, highlighting the softer side of a man once known only for violence. After leaving his life as a hitman, Sakamoto embraces a quieter existence. He gets married and soon welcomes a baby into his life. The manga uses these moments to show the joy and challenges of starting a family, especially for someone with such a dramatic past. Sakamoto's transformation from feared assassin to loving husband and father is both touching and humorous, setting the stage for the unique blend of genres that defines the series. With his new lifestyle, Sakamoto's appearance changes. No longer the slim, intimidating figure of his past, he becomes a bit out of shape. The manga uses this physical transformation for comedic effect, but it also serves as a metaphor for the changes in his life. Despite his new look, Sakamoto's skills and instincts remain sharp, hinting that his past is never truly behind him. Now living on the outskirts of Tokyo, Sakamoto tries to blend into ordinary society. The manga paints a vivid picture of his new environment, contrasting the bustling city with his quieter, more domestic life. Despite his efforts to stay under the radar, Sakamoto's past continues to catch up with him, bringing new challenges and unexpected visitors. Sakamoto's peaceful routine is interrupted when a mysterious visitor arrives, looking for him. The manga introduces new characters who bring tension and excitement back into Sakamoto's life. These encounters remind both Sakamoto and the readers that his past as a legendary hitman is never far away, no matter how much he tries to move on. Despite his background, Sakamoto becomes a helpful figure in his community. He assists neighbors with everyday tasks, from pruning trees to helping children win games. These scenes add a slice-of-life charm to the story, showing Sakamoto's efforts to live a normal life while concealing his true identity. The contrast between his deadly skills and his new role as a jack-of-all-trades is both funny and endearing. Shin, a former associate from Sakamoto's hitman days, reappears in his life. Shin's arrival brings back memories of the past and introduces new complications. The manga explores their relationship, mixing humor with tension as Shin tries to convince Sakamoto to return to the world of hitmen. Their interactions highlight the differences between Sakamoto's old and new lives. One of the unique elements in Sakamoto Days is Shin's clairvoyant ability. He can read minds. This power adds a supernatural twist to the story, creating both comedic and dramatic moments. Shin's ESP is especially handy in dangerous situations, but it also leads to misunderstandings and funny exchanges with Sakamoto and others. Despite Shin's efforts, Sakamoto firmly refuses to return to his old life as a hitman. He's determined to protect his family and maintain his peaceful existence. The manga uses these moments to explore themes of redemption and personal growth, showing that people can change even after a violent past. Sakamoto's resolve is tested as threats from his former world continue to emerge. Even as Sakamoto tries to live quietly, danger is never far away. Former associates and enemies from his hitman days plot against him, believing he's broken the rules of their world. The manga builds suspense as Sakamoto's peaceful life is threatened, forcing him to rely on his old skills to protect himself and those he loves. Jin faces his own moral dilemma. Ordered to kill Sakamoto, he struggles with loyalty to his former boss and his admiration for Sakamoto's new life. The manga delves into Shin's internal conflict, showing how difficult it is to break free from the expectations of the criminal world. This adds emotional depth to the story, making Shin a complex and relatable character. Sakamoto's efforts to blend and lead him to become the town's go-to problem solver. Whether it's helping with chores or offering advice, he's always ready to lend a hand. These scenes provide comic relief and show how Sakamoto's skills, honed as a hitman, can be surprisingly useful in everyday life. The manga balances action with humor, making Sakamoto a beloved figure in his community. Despite his softer appearance, Sakamoto's strength and reflexes remain formidable. The manga often surprises readers with moments where Sakamoto's true abilities shine through, whether in self-defense or protecting others. These scenes remind us that appearances can be deceiving and that Sakamoto's legendary status is well-earned. Sakamoto's former organization sees his retirement as a betrayal. They send hitmen to eliminate him, believing that no one can leave their world unpunished. This ongoing threat adds tension to the story, as Sakamoto must constantly be on guard. The manga explores the consequences of trying to escape a violent past and the dangers that come with it. Shin is given a deadly assignment: kill Sakamoto or face the consequences himself. The manga builds suspense as Shin wrestles with this impossible choice. His internal struggle is portrayed with nuance, showing the emotional toll of living in a world where loyalty and survival are constantly at odds. Amidst the tension, the manga doesn't forget to inject moments of innocence and humor. Sakamoto's interactions with children in the community, especially during playful games, add warmth to the story. These scenes highlight the contrast between his violent past and his current role as a gentle, caring figure. Danger strikes when Sakamoto is targeted by assassins. Using his quick reflexes and resourcefulness, he manages to deflect attacks in unexpected ways, sometimes even with everyday objects like cough drops. These action-packed scenes showcase the creativity and humor that set Sakamoto Days apart from other manga in the genre. Shin's clairvoyant powers make every confrontation a battle of wits. Unable to read Sakamoto's thoughts during critical moments, Shin is forced to rely on his instincts. The manga uses these mind games to build tension and keep readers guessing about the outcome of each encounter. After a tense confrontation, Sakamoto offers Shin a meal. The manga shifts gears, using food and hospitality as a way to bridge the gap between enemies. These scenes are filled with warmth and humor, showing that even in a world of violence, there's room for kindness and connection. For Shin, sharing a meal with Sakamoto is a new experience. Used to a life of danger and suspicion, he's surprised by the warmth and comfort he feels. The manga uses this moment to explore themes of trust and transformation, hinting that even those from the darkest backgrounds can find a sense of belonging. Even after leaving the world of Hitman, Sakamoto retains an undeniable aura. Those around him, including Shin, can't help but be drawn to his presence. The manga uses visual cues and character reactions to emphasize Sakamoto's unique charisma, blending humor with admiration. Shin, torn between his orders and his respect for Sakamoto, begs his boss to spare Sakamoto's life. The manga explores the power dynamics within the criminal world and the personal stakes for each character. This emotional plea adds depth to Shin's character and raises the tension as the story progresses. The criminal world in Sakamoto Days is governed by strict rules. Breaking these rules, as Sakamoto did by retiring, is seen as an unforgivable offense. The manga delves into the consequences of defying these unwritten laws, adding a layer of realism and danger to the story. In a dramatic turn, Shin offers to sacrifice himself in Sakamoto's place. This act of loyalty and desperation highlights the strong bonds formed between characters, even in a world built on violence. The manga uses this moment to explore themes of sacrifice, loyalty, and the value of life. The tension reaches its peak as Sakamoto faces off against those sent to kill him. The manga delivers high-stakes action sequences, blending strategy, skill, and raw power. These scenes are a testament to Suzuki's love for action movies, filled with dynamic movement and clever choreography. Shin's clairvoyant abilities make every fight unpredictable. The manga uses his ESP to create unique battle strategies as both sides try to outthink each other. These mind games add a psychological layer to the physical confrontations, keeping readers engaged and invested in the outcome. Sakamoto's legendary skills are on full display during these confrontations. He anticipates attacks, uses his environment to his advantage, and outsmarts his opponents at every turn. The manga's action scenes are both thrilling and inventive, showcasing why Sakamoto was once the most feared hitman. Even after surviving attacks, Sakamoto remains cautious. He doesn't fully trust those around him, knowing that betrayal is always a possibility in his world. The manga uses subtle character interactions and visual cues to convey this ongoing tension, reminding readers that safety is never guaranteed. After the dust settles, Sakamoto makes a new decision about his life. The manga shows him weighing his options, considering both his family's safety and his own sense of responsibility. These moments of introspection add depth to his character, making him more than just an action hero. Shin, inspired by Sakamoto's example, decides to join him in his new life. The manga uses humor and warmth to depict Shin's awkward transition from hitman to shop assistant. These scenes highlight the power of second chances and the importance of finding purpose beyond violence. Life outside the underworld isn't always easy. Shin and Sakamoto face everyday challenges, from running low on ramen to handling household chores. The manga finds humor in these mundane struggles, showing that even former hitmen have to deal with the realities of daily life. As Shin settles into his new role, he and Sakamoto form an unlikely team. The manga explores their growing friendship and mutual respect, using both comedic and heartfelt moments. Their teamwork becomes a central part of the story, showing that even the most unlikely partnerships can succeed. Shin's ESB continues to play a key role in their adventures. The manga uses his mind-reading abilities for both espionage and comic relief, creating situations that are as funny as they are clever. This blend of genres keeps the story fresh and engaging. For Shin, working with Sakamoto is more fulfilling than his old life as a hitman. The manga explores the idea of finding purpose and happiness in unexpected places. These moments of reflection add emotional weight to the story, showing that change is possible for anyone. Sakamoto's home becomes a place of safety and acceptance for Shin. The manga uses this setting to reinforce themes of family, belonging, and new beginnings. These scenes are filled with warmth and humor, making readers root for the characters as they build a new life together. Even legendary hitmen have their favorite foods. The manga shares a fun ranking of Sakamoto's favorite ramen, adding a lighthearted touch to the story. These small details make the characters feel real and relatable, showing that everyone has simple pleasures no matter their past. At its core, Sakamoto Days is about redemption and the possibility of change. The manga explores how even those with dark pasts can find new paths, build meaningful relationships, and create a better future. These themes resonate throughout the story, making it more than just an action series. Sakamoto Days stands out for its unique blend of action, comedy, and heartfelt moments. The manga's ability to balance intense fight scenes with everyday humor and emotional depth makes it a refreshing read. As we wrap up this look at Volume 1, it's clear that Sakamoto Days offers something for everyone, whether you love thrilling action, laugh-out-loud comedy, or stories about family and second chances.